Hello, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My 48 hours in the DMV, not that DMV. I'm actually talking about this DMV, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia, where I'm from. So here we go, loosen up. 2 races, 3 days, 4 games, 40 years of experience. My dad took me to my very first game when I was 6 weeks old. I've been going to Bullets games, all my DC sports, for the last 40 years. This weekend is my 40th birthday, and we're gonna blow this party out. Friday night, I leave Atlanta to get up to DC. Dad picks me up at the airport, and we drive directly down to Verizon Center to go see my Washington Wizards. I'm gonna be going to 4 sporting events over the next couple days. So Dad's like, you know what, Brian? You might want to curb your enthusiasm just a tiny bit. Save that voice. You got 4 games to go to. Say, okay, Dad, I'll listen to you. And unfortunately, the Wizards, when they were playing the Toronto Raptors that night, they curbed their enthusiasm just a little bit too much as well, and they got blown out that night. I said, Dad, you know what? I can't do this. I'm coming up here. I flew up 700 miles to go see my teams, where I'm going to use this voice and I'm going to cheer, and this is going to be my weekend. So the next morning we wake up and I head on down to College Park, Maryland to go watch my University of Maryland Terrapins play the Michigan State Spartans. 2 top 10 teams in the nation. It's unbelievable, the atmosphere outside. I go buy myself a student seat. Well, I hear somebody laughing. What are you? I don't look like a student? Come on now. So I'm there with all the students having a good time. Game is back and forth, back and forth. One team takes the lead, another team takes the lead. It's all tied up, 10 seconds left. Maryland's star point guard, he takes the ball up the court. He's going a little too casually for me. He gets up and it's mid-court and it's 5 seconds left. Come on, Melo, you gotta get up there. He gets up to the 3-point line and there's 2 seconds left. And he launches that shot. And it goes in, it goes in, it goes in! Maryland, Maryland did win! We beat Michigan State, it was awesome! Oh, the atmosphere. I mean, I just felt like I was a student again. A little bit older, but that's all right. Finished that game. Once we all clear out of there, I gotta go meet Dad, because we're going to go see the Washington Capitals back at Verizon Center. Now, the last time I've been to a Washington Capitals game was 7 years ago when the Thrashers were here in Atlanta. And okay, so I'm always the away fan, you know, that one fan, that annoying guy cheering for his team when there's 17,000 other fans. Up on the big screen here at Phillips Arena, they put this little kid up there wearing his Thrashers jersey, and all the fans are going, ah! And then they put Brian Greenberg's face up there in his Caps uniform, and I'm like, yeah! And all of a sudden, I get booze? What? They stamp my forehead with a big loser right here. This guy, come on now. Got through that. So, I'm back up in DC. I'm going to this game. The last time I actually was at Verizon Center for a Caps game, there was more people in this room right now than were at that game. We used to buy $5 tickets. You could sit wherever you wanted to. Now we had to pay $200 to sit on the middle level. It's a sea of red from the top of the stadium to the bottom. Everybody's rocking the red. Ovechkin has really energized the city, and it's just electric. I've got goosebumps as I'm walking into the arena. We get through the game. It's a 1-1 game against the Flyers, our bitter rivals. 1-1, looks like it's going to overtime. It's in overtime. Looks like it's going to the shootout. 1 minute left. My son's favorite player, Nicholas Backstrom, he takes the puck off the ice, and he dekes to the left, and he dekes to the right, and he goes top shelf. And he scores! He scores! C-A-P-S, Caps, Caps, Caps! Dad and I are high-fiving, just loving life. And just the atmosphere. Like I said, the goosebumps. Dad says, you know what, Brian? You got enough time. We don't have to be back down to Verizon Center till 3 in the afternoon. But you know something, Dad? I got a little something else that I planned for this weekend. What do you mean? You know how you inspired me to get into running and racing? I actually inspired one of my friends from high school. She's about to do her first 5K, and she asked me to join her. So I go after my 3 hours of sleep, get down to DC again, and meet Andrea and her husband, and we go for the best 5K I've ever experienced. Just, it's running, it's walking. We finish that race. They give us this medal, and it was awesome. She goes, come on, Brian, me and my husband, we want to take you to lunch. I can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? I pack a lot of things into things, and right, I saw on the website, after I finish the 5K, I can do a 10K challenge, and if I do that, I get this extra bling. It's all about the bling, baby. So I run that 10K, I get my medals, and it's been 20 years since I'd run in DC. After the race, I have to go, I've been to D, I've been to the Maryland, I have not been to Virginia. My best friend Bean just had his baby 2 months ago, and I'm the godfather. I've got to go see my godson. So I get out there, and I hold little Sammy, and I rock him for about 5 minutes. And I say, can I borrow your shower? You just got here. Well, Dad and I are meeting back at Verizon Center to go to my 4th game in 3 days. We're going to see the Wizards, and they're going to be playing the Orlando Magic. My voice is cracking at this point. I mean, I've used all the energy. The Wizards are down by 18 points. And I'm like, come on, trying to get that voice whenever I can. All of a sudden, they start going, hitting 3-pointers like none other. 1, 2. All of a sudden, the Wizards are down 2 points. It's the end of the game. John Wall takes the ball, and he drives. It looks like he's going to try to get a layup to tie the game. He dishes it out. The defender had come in, dishes it out to Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal shoots it. No time left on the clock. And it goes in. Dad and I are chest bumping. The Wizards won 115, 114. Oh, it was electric. 3 wins, 1 loss. Dad and I just had a great time. Ever since I was 6 weeks old, my dad took me to my very first sporting event. For the last 40 years, I couldn't think of a person that I would want to spend my 40th birthday with. And Dad, hats off to you. Thank you.